Okay, hello. I'm Karen Kim. You probably know me if you're looking at this. But I have been to a lot of classes and I've been having a lot of conversations with friends who want a slow flow yoga, even slower than flow, almost like a medi yoga. So no planking, no chaturanga, no vinyasa. If you're doing that kind of yoga, chances are you need some yoga blocks because you might feel a little bit restricted in movement and looking to expand your realm of movement. So I suggest having 2 blocks and a yoga strap. You can also use a pillow or blankets stacked if you don't have blocks. But so see, if you are sitting here like this and your knees are quite high when you're cross-legged, it's going to cause some tension in your hip flexors. So a lot of the classes I've been going to lately, I sometimes see people with all this tension not seated higher. The elevation will help them relax more. So I always cringe because it's so simple to take 2 blocks side to side either way and have a seat onto them. And then watch what it does to the knees. It brings them in line with the hips or even a little bit lower, which is so much more comfortable. So bring yourself to a nice seat, either onto your blocks or onto your blankets. And you can see that here the feet are relaxed. If you slightly draw the feet back, you'll feel it just activates the legs a bit, and it's almost as if you go from relaxed to kind of standing on your feet, and you can keep them like that so that you have this nice awareness in the legs. Palms can be face up, face down, whatever feels better. Let your shoulders pull back and down so that the elbows kind of trail the sides of the body a bit. And then you've got your nice tall seat with a lifted chest. So just taking a few breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. My breathing is strange this week. I'm having some asthma. So again, don't force it at all. Just take a nice deep breath and let it fill your chest, let it fill your belly, whatever feels better for your body. And then from here, simple twist. So bringing your left arm across the body, turn palm to face the side, and notice if you shrink in the chest, try not to, lift up, keep your weight a little back, and then just gently take a twist to the right. Notice that the opposite shoulder, you're kind of squeezing the backside of the shoulder blade a little bit to open the chest to the side, and you're just taking a few breaths here. Again, be mindful at the feet. Stay a little bit active so the legs can stay active as you stretch. Twist. Coming right back through center, switch. So right arm crosses leg. You can even soften the elbow if you need to a little bit so it can help drop the shoulder down. And then inhale and start to take your twist to the left, or then you'll take a few breaths. Notice the hip points are staying pretty square to the front. You can take your neck and just let it turn comfortably with the body. And again, you want to think of having an open chest as much as you can so that there's no shrink or sinkingness feeling. You feel sinkingness, you like that? You feel a constant lift and a constant energy kind of spiraling up as you breathe and twist. And then taking it back center. Fingers, let them interlock, and then turn the palms forward. Notice right away if there's any tension in the thumb or the pinkies. Try to relax that so that you really press out through like Spider-Man wrists. Let again your shoulders pull back so the chest is open, and then you'll inhale and breathe the arms up. If you can notice that you're kind of losing your form, relax the shoulders, press out again through the wrists, and stop where you need to. So I can pretty easily get my arms up. Notice the thumbs and pinkies stay released, relaxed. But if you're here, that's fine too. Important part are that the abs are pulling in, and the arms are really pressing out. So you're trying to extend through the arm, not by forcing the joint, but by pressing up towards the sky or out through the palms forward, again, wherever you feel best. From there, release forward, turn the palms face in, and then pull your abs in, make a C shape. And then again, inhale, palms forward, reach the arms overhead as much as feels good for your body. relaxing your pinky and your thumb. And then stay there and take a few nice deep breaths. And you want to feel your breath really three-dimensionally. So through the rib cage basket, through the whole middle of your body. And then your wrists might get a little tired. So you can release forward, turn palms in, exhale around the back. And then again, come right back to neutral. And one more time, take a twist to the right. Open chest and again shift so that the shoulders feel stacked right over top the hips as you're here. Releasing to the other side. Now releasing center. Begin just to make little circles with your ribs, so pulling in with the abs as you go back, shooting your chest forward, and you're just making a nice round motion. You can let a little bit the chest go slightly concave as you take it backwards. And again, you're just kind of limbering up, loosening up. It's almost like a cat-cow, right? But you're seated instead of kneeling. So again, this series that we're going to do today, pretty light, trying to keep it mostly on the butt, seated down. You could even use a chair if you wanted to. And then bring it center. Now some of you might stay on your blocks, or some of you might feel better if you want to take it right down to the ground. Extending the legs forward, I'll turn sideways. You'll find Dandasana. So take your knees and maybe give them a little bend if you need to. Push out through the balls of your feet as if you were standing, and then lift the arms up and stay for a few breaths here. So notice, with the knees bent, you've got the lift of the chest. With the knees extended, if you feel this happen, you're better off with a little bend in the knees. You could, even if you needed help, you could support with the block under the knees if that helps you feel better. Could also do a rolled blanket or something like this. So on the exhale, palms face down, take the arms down. Inhale, palms face up, reach the arms up. Again, exhale to take palms down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to move down. Inhale, abs pull in, lift up. Again, you might have the bend in the knees. Exhale, press the ground away and activate through your fingerprints so that the arms stay nice and active here. A few more rounds of breath. If your legs are extended, notice that you're sending the energy forward through the heels. You're not just locking the knees, but you're pressing them out so that you're lengthening your legs as you're here. And now this time, take right foot and just draw it into your inner thigh. So it's your Janu Shirsasana. With your strap, you're going to loop it around the ball of your foot. And then just here, no forward folding yet, a bit early. Just take a nice lift through the chest and feel the tallest spine that you can. So again, if you need a little bend in the knee, that's fine. Hips, mostly square, but the right hip is just slightly open. And again, here you're kind of just looking more for the shoulders pulled back and the lift of your heart as you're there taking a few breaths. For some people, obviously, this feels super simple, but for others, it's really a lot of energy to maintain the abs tight and the lift of the chest, even just as you're seated in this little, fairly easy, simple posture, hopefully. Some of you may still want the blanket or the block under the hips. And again, if that's the case, just be mindful that as the knee extends, it doesn't block, but it presses out through the heel and you tighten in the top side of your thigh. So we've had a couple breaths there. Release that. We're going to take it into a twist. So take your right foot up and across the left leg. Push through the foot as if you're standing. And then wrap your arm around the thigh. Lift your chest and start to spiral. And you'll just breathe here into your twist. Things to be mindful for. The shift. You want to stay really tall. And then the press down with your right foot into the mat is super important too. Now, feels so weird without music, right? After you take a couple breaths there, we'll move into the light outer hip stretch. So you've got your figure four. We're seated down on the ground. Bring your bottom foot up to the mat. Keep flexing the right foot to protect your knee. And then again here, you'll turn your fingers out to the side and puff your chest up so that you have this nice open chest as you maybe recline a little bit back if you need to. But your goal is to lift the heart and press gently the knee a little bit forward. Again, if you feel tension in the knee, ease up a bit on the stretch. Mind the flex of the foot so that your knee is protected, and you'll just breathe here for a few breaths. I can go a little deeper pretty quick. So I'm going to hook my left bicep onto the arch of my foot, and I'm going to cradle my leg and send my opposite leg forward in the same shape it was in a second ago, and I can move a little bit back and forth. That may or may not be happening for you. Don't worry about it either way. Just take your breaths wherever you are and feel good about it. I think on the YouTube you cannot put music without asking for permission or something, so we do it silent. You're always welcome to follow my Spotify or use your own while you do these videos. Now, from here, gently release the leg out to meet opposite leg. Again, you've got your Dandasana, sitting nice and tall, staff pose. Breathe the arms down, exhale. Inhale again to lift up. Exhale, stay tall as you bring your arms down and switch. I'll turn. So you'll draw left foot in towards the inner thigh, Shami Shirsasana. Grab your strap. And again, just for imprinting kind of the shape in the body, lift the chest. Watch that the shoulders pull back and down, and that you've got that nice open chest. And see, for some people, you're drawing your abs in. For some people, this will feel like a lot of work. If you're here, chances are it feels pretty easy. But if you tighten your abs, you sit on your sits bones, so those two little bony points under your butt, and you're really lifting. You can see the natural curve comes back into the base of the spine, and that's good. And I'm not just pulling back on the foot, but I'm pushing a little bit with the foot into the band or a strap. And I'm gently, again, dropping the shoulders down the back. So there's all of this activeness in the arms, in the legs, and in the abs as you breathe here. Gently from here, release the strap. Take the left foot over the right. And then again, send the energy forward through the foot. Don't get lazy on me. Hug the leg. And then take the lift of the chest. If you need to sit on something, sit on something. It will feel better and it will make the stretch much easier and better for your body. Again, things to watch here. Shoulders stacked over the hips and the crossed leg. You want it to be pretty flat, right down to the toes, all flat into the mat. Making sure you twist right first and then left, always, by the way. Ascending, descending colon work. And now when we release this, again, figure 4. So you've got your number 4, a flexed foot, and then you'll stamp the bottom foot onto the mat, puffing the chest up. I like to aim my fingers out side to side. And then some people are heavy in the wrists. So if you think I push down in my fingerprints, you can kind of almost grasp at the floor or the mat. Just kind of helps bring you out of your joints a little bit. Again, some people will feel stretched already, and others will maybe want to wrap bicep into the arch of the foot, extend the bottom leg, and then lifting the heart so you get a little bit deeper stretch. You might rock around a little bit. This bottom foot, it's going to probably want to, would it be pronate? Rock ball of the foot in. Keep sending the energy out and it'll activate the entire leg all the way up to the top, and it's much, much better. A few more breaths. If you lift the heel a little bit, it can help kind of deepen the stretch. You're almost in kind of a pigeon pose, except we're not full body weight bearing down on our joints. And now extending the legs, Dandasana. Reach up, inhale. Do like my zebra. Exhale, take the arms down. It's from Daiso. Inhale to reach up. And now exhale, taking the hands down. Move the fingers back behind the hips. Turn fingertips forward. forward. And now I'm going to bring my feet to tabletop, hip width apart, chin to the chest. And I'm going to push my hips up using the push down into my heels. So I'm using my glutes. Hips might be here, but if you press down in your feet, down in your heels, lift your hips hopefully so high you can no longer see your knees, and then you're there. You might extend the head back. I'm not a big fan of dropping the head, but that's just me. I like to think about the head always extending from the spine. See what feels better for you. And then take another breath. And gently release down. Back to Dandasana. Circle out the wrists, extend the legs, bring them together to touch. Soften the knees if you need to. And then we'll get deeper into forward folding. So releasing the arms back to side one. I'll turn. Right foot into the left inner thigh. Take your strap. And then again, you hook it around the ball of the foot so that you can push the foot into the strap. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, I bend my elbows. And then I send my chest forward. And now as you're there, I shimmy, I scooch my butt back. And I can probably go down a little bit farther, watching that the tension doesn't go into my shoulders, they stay relaxed. I send my chest forward on inhales, my abs pull in, and then I exhale and I fold deeper. Of course, some people can comfortably hook around the foot and grab the left wrist, or hook and grab foot. You might be a little bit up here. You might have a little bend in the knee. Keep squaring the body and then starting to fold. It's almost like a mini twist. There's a little bit of the ribs pulling over in line with the left thigh as you fold to deepen the stretch, and then just stay wherever you are and take a few breaths again. While you're here breathing, I'll do my little plug. These are Confused Girl leggings, and I love them. They're soft, they're colorful, and they come with a cute little crystal reference in the back side of them. Yoga Travel is my discount code. Confused Girl in the city in LA. If you Google Confused Girl leggings, they come up. Yeah, I love them though. She's really fun travel blogger to follow. P.S. Release, roll up, and then switch. So take forward your opposite leg. Foot into the inner thigh. You can help it up if you need to. And then again, puff the chest up. Inhale. You might be on a block. You might be on a blanket with your butt. That's okay. And then start to lengthen forward. You're looking for all of this length in your bottom spine. If you shrink, you're losing a lot of extra space. So you always want to think, I can hold back. Lift more. Engage the quad to help straighten the leg. And then fold from there. It's a lot to think about. It's a difference between like active stretching, I guess, and just kind of melting down, right? You always want to be lengthening. Long back, soft shoulders, strengthen the top of the leg, and then breathe and fold. Let's take another breath here. And then gently rolling up. From here, we're going to switch into some side bend stretches. So I will face you. Take, again, switch. Your right foot, you want your right heel coming into your center. Left foot, left leg extended long. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Take your strap around the foot. And now here you're holding both sides of the strap in the opposite hand, so right hand. Soften the shoulders. Take the little bend in the elbow. And then as you work yourself side, you're going to drop your left elbow down and you're going to steer your right elbow up. So again, I'm kind of cut off here, right? You've got like head in arm. You want to think space. So I creep my fingers down, I lengthen, and I send my chest forward and out. My gaze can be down, side, or up. And so now you're starting to deepen the stretch on the side of the body. Shift your weight into the hip points evenly so that you are down with your hips, out with your heart, and I'm going to come up because some people may not be super low. That's okay. And then you want to be where you're breathing. Now, you stay in stretch. Try Again, to just soften in the shoulder and lengthen through the elbow as much as you can. Some of you may need a block under the arm, depending on where you are. Feel good about wherever you are. Take your deep breaths. Gradually work the arm down. This is, again, not a class for deep stretch. Class for making more space. So don't force it. Just take a couple breaths wherever you land. And then gaze down to the ground. Soften the shoulder and rise back up. You can circle the shoulders out a little bit. And we'll switch. So bring left heel into the center, extend the right leg. You've got a little diagonal, it's a bit forward of the body. I'll take my block there if I need it. Hook, foot with strap. And then again, opposite hand's gonna grab it. Down goes my right shoulder. Up goes the left arm. It's almost like you're spiraling. Again, that spiral of energy, not in, but out. And there's a little bit of a kind of a gas pedal thing with the foot, right? So it presses into the strap so you have a little bit of tension. And then you can wiggle your fingers down perhaps, but watch that the shoulder doesn't pull down, but it just kind of releases a bit down the back. So that again, you can comfortably turn your head up, side, or down. I don't need the block, but some people might. Once you get down there, you can use the arm into the leg to help spiral the body to the side. And then just take a few breaths wherever you land. Again, not for deep stretch, more for this feeling of I'm even in my hip points, I lengthen in my chest, and I don't have to be super low to get all this benefit of the nice opening up intercostals between your ribs and stuff like that. Should feel pretty nice. Stay, breathe. And then release, look down, rise back up, give a roll to the shoulders. And we don't need the strap right now. Coming onto the back, so sending your legs to the top of your mat, bend the knees, reach forward, sit tall, and then tuck the tail, and you're going vertebrae by vertebrae. This could be tricky for some people. Take your time, going down to the back, try to get each little bit of that middle thoracic spine, and when you get down there, hug right thigh into the chest. Left foot might stay on the mat, or it might extend easily. Again, push forward with the bottom foot, and just take a nice squeeze leg into the belly. From here, you can do half happy baby, or if you prefer, left hand onto the thigh, hold the inner edge of the heel, and maybe extend the leg. You're watching that you're not spinning, but you're anchoring down using your abs. You're anchoring your butt down, your sits bones, more just your backside of your hips, and you're square to the sky. Maybe or maybe not this leg is extended. And again, just breathe wherever you feel most comfortable. And we'll bring this into twist. So taking the knee bent, drop the knee across the body. I've got a block handy and I'm going to put it right under my knee. So I look for a 90-degree bend at the hip, the knee supported onto either block or pillow, and then I'm cactusing my arm, palm up to the sky, and I'm opening up into a twist. Breathing. So as you're breathing here, if you have someone to help you twist, that's always nice, but I'm usually by myself. Tom is working. So I feel my hip pulled down. I can even self-do it with myself. Pull the thumb into the hip joint, draw it down. And I spiral, and I feel my shoulder come more and more closer to the mat, and I spiral. So I'm constantly thinking about lengthening across the body, right hip, just kind of now my left, all the way across to the right shoulder. Stay, breathe. And then to come back, we've got foot onto the mat. So you support, you draw the left thigh into the chest. Again, make your move, either stay or extend. And then take half happy baby. Anchor with your butt down. Maybe hold the inner heel. And maybe extend the leg. I like to take my hand on onto my thigh so I can feel if I'm popping up. I pull in with the abs and I anchor down. So again, you're square to the sky as you stretch. And if you bend your elbow, you can relax the shoulder, deepen the stretch, take a few breaths. You should feel your abs engaged and hard here, by the way. And then draw knee to the chest. Again, prop and twist. You look for knee across from hip, 90 degrees, and open chest as you breathe and release. Left arm into that cactus shape. And again, with your head, you'll complete the energy. So it goes, twists to the side, and you just stay there for, again, a couple more deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Going right back to center. Simple twist, both feet onto the mat. Feels so good. From here, let your hips lift, spread out the skin, open the chest. You can take your hands down by the sides. Palms can face up, and you can just hang there. Or you can turn palms down. Parallel feet hip width apart. And inhale lifts the hips. If you've got block, you can take it right under your hips. Or 2 blocks on top of each other, flat, or 1, and you can just stay there in your restorative bridge. If you'd rather just stay there with your hips straight on the ground, you can move the arms out a little bit so there's some puff of air under the armpit area, and you can just hang there with your eyes closed for many, many deep breaths. Good on digestion. Feels good on the low back, gives it a bit of release, especially with the blocks under there. And you can spend a couple minutes there if you want. So I will be silent and possibly stop the tape, but you can just stay there and breathe deep.